"2019 was another great year that brought with it a bunch of fantastic games. From long-awaited sequels like Borderlands 3, projects of passion and art like Death Stranding, to indie games that steal the spotlight. It was no doubt another great year for gaming. But alas, there can only be 10. Hey gamers, Greg here, and today I'm counting down the top 10 games of 2019. Now these games were voted on by our very own staff and community here at Shacknews. So sit back, sip that eggnog, and enjoy as Shacknews presents the top 10 best games of 2019.
You've all been very naughty indeed. Except you, Dr. Zoidberg. This is for you.
A pogo stick.
Souls-like is a term that was thrown around a lot this year, but like it or not, it's a good descriptor for games like Remnant. Combine 3-person co-op, a punishing difficulty curve, high focus on teamwork, and a fantastic dark fantasy world, and you end up with a great game. Remnant from the Ashes pulls heavily from the Dark Souls formula, but also manages to do its own unique thing. If you're looking to get into a highly addictive co-op gameplay loop with friends, be sure to check out Remnant from the Ashes. Who would have thought that a Goose simulator game would be so much fun to play and watch? Now I know a name like Untitled Goose Game may have you turning your head in confusion, but it's a really fun game to play. Made by a super small team of indie developers, it can be really challenging, especially in 2019, to make a unique and fun video game that stands out from the other plethora of games out there. And the team did it in spades. From its unique art design, to its being an Goose gameplay, Untitled Goose Game is a pristine gem in 2019. Playing as a goose who's a dick has never been more fun. Many of us experienced what is arguably one of the best Zelda adventures ever on Game Boy for the first time. Nintendo, wanting to recapture that same feeling, rebuilt the original Game Boy game from the ground up to be a one-for-one replica of the original masterpiece, with updated graphics and a cute, unique art style. For those who played the original, it's a great nostalgia experience, while also giving a whole new generation great, new Nintendo memories.
Fair warning, this is gonna be weirder than usual.
Control is a game that may simply be a bit ahead of its time. The astonishing graphical presentation puts it into cross-generational territory, where the current consoles are not up to the task of presenting a game at its best. Much like we saw from the 360 PS3 versions of Shadow of Mordor, Control offers a welcome change from much of the current generation's crop of AAA titles, thanks to its striking brutalist aesthetic and intriguing sci-fi story. It proudly flaunts its DNA for all to see, but delivers the best overall experience that developer Remedy has ever produced. If you can afford the hardware to push it to the max on PC, Control gives us a glimpse of the future of games graphics and presentation. Kojima has an interesting and well-known reputation. The Metal Gear franchise did some new and unique things for a time. His latest game, Death Stranding, is truly a passion project, filled with a complex story, interesting characters, and a massive world to explore. While the game may not be for everyone, its visuals, writing, and acting are certainly worth mentioning, as it's one of the most beautiful PS4 games we've ever seen. Even if non-Kojima fans have a hard time understanding his vision.
Scott, you just don't get it, do you? You don't.
From Software has a legacy. I mean, hell, they invented and coined the term Souls-like. Sekiro took this formula and improved upon it in every way, from varied environments, new combat techniques, and much more. Even gamers who were never into games like Demon Souls or Bloodborne seem to enjoy it. I applaud From Software for truly evolving on old ideas and mechanics, instead of playing it safe, as most AAA developers tend to do. Released to a quiet reception in October, and on PC only, Disco Elysium was indeed a slow burn, but it started to make waves in the gaming community. Part point-and-click adventure and part RPG, Disco Elysium is a very unique game that pulls from two genres as well as a classic D&D role-playing game. A lot of reading is required, as not everyone's lines are fully voiced, but it will quickly suck you in, with its gameplay elements and captivating story. If you're looking for quality writing, acting, and a good mystery wrapped up in one of the best RPGs ever made, Disco Elysium has you covered. Don't let anyone tell you Disco is dead. Fallout 4 was certainly an amazing game, but it was missing something. For me, and lots of others, the role-playing element seemed to be pretty vacant from the world. Compare this to arguably the best Fallout game in the series, New Vegas, which was created by Obsidian. The Outer Worlds is a brand new game that takes with it some of the best elements from a modern Fallout game and adds loads of role-playing and RPG elements. It's a game that allows you to play the way you want to, by killing everyone or being a pacifist. Few games are able to pull this off, but leave it to Obsidian to do it. No two playthroughs are the same in the Outer Worlds, and it's a game filled with characters and stories to tell. Let yourself fall down the rabbit hole of side quests and learn more about this wonderful universe that Obsidian has put together, because hopefully there will be more tales in the years to come.
Whoa, don't shoot!
Get down!
In a sea of HD remasters, no developer does full-on remakes better than Capcom. Witness 2002's Resident Evil on GameCube, a reworking that remixed puzzles, redid familiar milieus in a jaw-dropping graphical engine, and added real estate that flowed from past fans of the 1996 original knew and loved. Rebuilt completely from the ground up, the RE2 remake hid all the story beats from the original game, but other than that, it was a completely new experience. Resident Evil 2 is not the 21-year-old game you remember. Shades of the classic still exist, but for this remake, Capcom did what it does best, staying true to its roots while carefully curating new systems to modernize its veritable bottomless well of beloved titles. I do miss the bad voice acting though.
Freeze! Who are you? What are you doing here?
Hold your fire! I'm a human!
Super Mario Maker 2!
Super Mario Maker 2! Super Mario Maker 2!
Super Mario Maker 2 is the sequel that truly did justice to its predecessor. The game features an engaging story mode, and the result is a game with infinite Mario levels. This game is a platformer fan's dream come true. There are styles of levels that have popped up this year, with the introduction of the on-off switches and the most recent addition of the Master Sword. Super Mario Maker 2 is a game that we will be playing for years to come. The replayability and joy of beating your friend's level or taking home a world record makes the game truly special. It is our Shacknews Game of the Year for 2019. What games did you guys think were the best in 2019? Let us know in the comments below. For more videos like this and everything else gaming related, you're already in the right place. You're on Shacknews.com. Hey gamers, Greg here, and 2019 was one amazing year. So many good games came out, and it was a really busy year making time to play them all. So we did a great Shacknews stream. You can watch it on our YouTube channel where we played all the nominations. A lot of us played the games for the very first time just because we're so busy we just don't have time to play them all. I wanted to tell you folks about our paid subscription service if you haven't heard about it already. It's a direct way to support our site and staff that work here. We have different tiers that give different benefits. One of my favorite is the tier that gives you a Shacknews hoodie sweatshirt. These things were the Nintendo Switch of E3 a few years ago. They're super rare, so if you ever wanted one, you can join that tier and get one shipped to you. But if you don't have money to support our site and the work we do, that's fine too. Simply visiting our website on a daily basis or watching our videos, subscribing to our channel, engaging with us on YouTube, on our Chatty, or on Twitter are equally helpful as well, and helps us in a tremendous way. With that said, you can find more information in the link in the description below, and I hope everyone has a safe and happy holiday. Take care.